to Spartyka Fight League Radio with your hosts Mikey B and Chris Alani.
Let's go to war! It's fight time!
Welcome to SFL Radio. I'm your host, Mikey V.
I'm Shane Graham.
And we're here with our co-host, Chris Alani. Just kidding, he's not here.
Yeah. in thought, in memory.
I had to throw that.
Memorandum.
Second podcast in a row he missed. 2 strikes, my friend.
Oh, my goodness.
2 strikes. No, I'm just kidding. Chris is out for the holidays, but we're sitting here in my cigar shop, Primo Cigars, at the Percolator Space. Same place we did our Ugly Sweater Party last podcast. And we're doing a Spartyka volunteer meetup tonight.
Jimmy's over there. I would say that he's finishing up that meeting, but he's been finishing up that meeting for the past 45 minutes.
Yes. So like all meetings.
One more thing.
Yeah, one more thing. I like that saying, meetings. None of us are as dumb as all of us. So, so they're doing that, and then me and Shane have been sitting here having quite the chit-chat.
Yes.
And then we decided, hey, we're just going to start it up. So here we are.
Yeah, talking about the upcoming fight, SFL 37 Friday Night Fights.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm excited about this. Our Friday Night Fights always seem to be almost a different atmosphere, a different draw.
Well, the first fight of the year, too, is always the busiest. I think part of that's because we're not competing with so much stuff. You don't have the beach. You don't have all the concerts going on in the amphitheater and all those different things that we normally compete with. So I think, especially with the weather, it's a good night to be inside the stadium, inside the Ted Constant Center. It's a good night to watch some fights. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and it's also going to be coming off the heels of the end-of-year awards for 2018.
Yes. So we have the Spartyka, the gala, the Freedom. Is it Freedom Gala?
Freedom Gala?
Yep. And that's when everybody gets their awards and everybody suits up and dresses all nice. I'm excited. I actually didn't get to go last year. I wasn't a part of Spartyka at that point. We came on shortly after the April fight after that.
Right.
So I'm excited to get suited up and go to this. And then we're going to record there too.
Yeah.
So you get to see everybody in their outfits. And
Definitely a good time. This will be our 3rd annual SFL Freedom Gala, or Spartyka Freedom Gala.
Yeah.
Spartyka Foundation Freedom Gala. I've emceed the past 2 of them. I'll obviously be emceeing this one. We always have a special guest speaker.
Yes.
We're going to have. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was. I know he's a Virginia Beach.
He's
councilman,
former football player,
former NFL player.
Yep.
Sorry, sir, I can't remember your name off the top of my head. That's why we have it on Facebook, so we can remember. But we always have some sort of dignitary there. We do our end-of-the-year awards. We're going to have the knockout of the year, our submission of the year, our fight of the year, and our fighter of the year.
Yeah.
All of those people are going to be crowned. We're going to have all the champions there for a photo op. It's just good food, good music, and just a good time. Do a lot of honoring. Remember, looking back on 2018 and how monumentous of a year 2018 has been. And just kind of set the mood and set the pace for 2019.
Exactly.
And
this is the first full year that Jimmy's out of the Navy. So we get 100% of his full effort and attention into the events, which is going to be awesome.
That's going to be almost scary because his level of dedication and attention to detail that he's had over the years when he was active duty. I mean, it's kind of the running joke that I've been to more shows than he has. Because there's a lot of times that he would be
out of the country.
Yep. And the fights would still be going on, and just his dedication and attention to detail that he's had.
So if you want to attend, and anyone can attend, this is not a fighter or Spartyka only event. If you want to attend, you can go on Facebook. You can find the event page. It's the 26th, and you can click the link. You can get tickets. Come on out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun time. It gives you a chance to interact with fighters and see fighters, too, in a different atmosphere.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Spartyka Foundation webpage should have a link to ticket sales as well.
And Aaron Rouse, that's who it is. Aaron Rouse. So he's going to be he's newly elected in this past election for Virginia Beach City Council. So we're excited to have him come out and speak. And I have not heard him yet, but I heard he's a phenomenal speaker. So I'm excited.
I'm definitely excited. I'm
excited
always
to meet him.
I'm always excited to share the stage with somebody that's such a well-traveled and seasoned individual, and somebody who really is just worldly. So let's talk about the fights. SFL 37 Friday night fights.
Well, we're gonna have a fighter come on here too on the telephone.
Yes, we're having.
So my phone. By the way, my phone is hooked up. So I think it just rang and you heard it. So this is my business line too. So if my phone rings, I'm gonna hit ignore. But understand that it's hooked up for the phone call. So if you hear weird notifications, I can't turn that off. So
Cool. Yeah. So our fighter we're going to have on the phone this evening, 105-pound weight division. You were saying that's the atom weight division.
atom weight, yep.
We were sitting there discussing before. I didn't even know that they even went down that far. I mean, I've heard the term atom weight.
I don't think they do it for males. I think it's just females.
It's just females, yeah, because I don't think males can get down to that size. I mean, that's.
So tell them who we got for that.
Sarah Seff.
Yep, Sarah Seff.
Sarah Seff is going to be taking on Elise Reed.
And Elise Reed was supposed to fight SFL 36, and then her fight fell through because her opponent. I don't think she made weight. Or did I make that up?
I vaguely recall. That sounds kind of familiar.
I think so.
I don't know, but this is going to be.
She's ready to go again, and she had an awesome. We actually posted one of her in one of our episodes. I don't remember which one, but we posted her awesome video they did from the Citadel, I believe it was, with all her fighting. You know.
Oh wow!
It's pretty cool.
So yeah.
So she's going to be coming up, and Samantha Seff's actually going to be on the air with us tonight to talk about the upcoming fight.
Competing.
Yep.
For the 105-pound title.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have 4 title bouts that night, I believe.
Wow. That's going to be an amazing night of fights.
Yeah.
Theo Relang is going to be taking on Marshall Law Shermer.
That's going to be an exciting fight.
Yes. Daryl the Body Tate going to be taking on Kyle Wright.
Yep. We got a lot of Richmond fighters coming out of this one, coming down from Richmond. It's going to be exciting. Mm-hmm. Jimmy just gave me the 1 minute.
Okay, so we're going to be joined by Jimmy as well. So yeah, we'll talk about a couple more of the fighters.
We'll see.
Chris Scales taking on AJ Alistair, the Ambition Patterson.
Yep.
That's going to be a good fight as well.
Yeah, 'cause Chris actually, his fight fell through for 36 as well, and we haven't seen AJ, since two fights ago.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to come for him to come back in. I know AJ's really hungry for a win. Chris has been training hard at UFC Gym Norfolk. I train there a little bit here and there, so I seen him training. So it's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm. A couple other SFL veterans, Kevin the Block Bianchi, going to be making his return.
Yes.
Going to be taking on the ever popular Luke Hunsaker.
The last time we saw Kevin was on the podcast at the Lunacy when we did the fight. And that's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good fight. I'm always excited to watch Kevin fight. I'm always excited to watch both of them fight.
Yeah.
Luke Hunsaker always brings it when he steps inside of the cage, win, lose, or draw, fighting out of the MMA Institute.
Yep. He's got a lot more experience under his belt, but Kevin's Kevin, and he's got that energy and
he's got that right hand. Holy smokes! That man puts people to sleep.
So that's going to be a good one. I know Kevin's super excited to fight in that one, and he's been training really hard. I actually talked to him on the phone this morning. So.
And a couple more title fights that we're also talking about. We had Rob the Slugger Shermer going to be defending his belt. Rematch against Joe Huggins.
That's going
to be a good fight.
Real good.
We had Shermer here for the last SFL podcast during the Ugly Sweater Party. Got to talk to him. Incredibly respectful guy. And that's one thing that I love seeing about, especially when it comes to a title fight. There's no trash talk. They let their skill and their bravado itself build the fight.
Well, so Joe's the same way. They're both consummate professionals. They're both really good guys. I've had them both on the show several times. I mean, the Shermers have been on here a bunch, and Joe's been on the show as well. They fought, went to decision. Joe took that one by decision. It was very contested. It was very, very close. Some people thought it could have been a split, go either way. So that's going to be, I think that's definitely a contender for fight of the night.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about that one.
And 205-pound title light heavyweight division. This fight, this is probably going to be one of my fights of the night that I'm looking forward to. Troy Kane versus Tyus Thomas.
Yes.
Troy Kane is the incumbent SFL light heavyweight champion. He's been trying to get on previous cards. They've fallen through for whatever reason. Super nice guy.
A lot of people aren't rushing to fight the guy, which I understand. If you watch him fight, then makes sense. He was on the show. What is SFL 35? He came on with his Gucci bag, and he had the belt in the Gucci bag.
Yeah,
which is great.
Super nice guy, really really cool, but a monster inside of the cage. Looking forward to him watching him defend his title.
Definitely, I'm excited about that. So we got we don't have a weigh-in spot announced yet, but that's going to be coming soon for the weigh-ins. And like I said, you guys come out to the gala. It's going to be fun.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And
I don't know if I don't think we're doing an after party this time because it's the winter. You know what I mean? I kid up some of the clubs. The clubs die in the winter around here. It's so man. So I don't know. We'll probably just chill out after the fight.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And I'm sure that Jimmy's going to have a couple more fights up his sleeve that he hasn't announced yet.
He worked every day. He's like constantly on the card, and he's getting ready to, when we spoke about this last time, been following Eddie on YouTube.
Yes.
So
getting ready to go to
Eddie Mercado is in Thailand.
Eddie Mercado in Thailand.
Yep. And he has been following his adventures has been so much fun. So obviously go to Eddie's YouTube channel. Check it out. He's been in Thailand. He basically flew there to train for a month, and then he's got is it going to be a pro fight or an amateur fight?
No, this is going to be a pro fight.
Okay, he's going to do his first pro fight, and crazy. He's in the heart of Muay Thaiville. I mean, it's like that's where it all began.
And he's training with the likes of Dorian Spivey,
Yep.
A couple of other big names that I couldn't remember. A couple of UFC veterans training out there. A lot of
Tiger
people go
Muay
there.
Thai.
And it's really cool watching his.
Oh yeah, his videos. So obviously Eddie's a media guy, and that's what he does. His videos expertly edited. They're fun. They're like 8-9 minutes long. It's just hysterical to watch.
Yes.
And I can't wait to even talk to him offline and hear about all the stories of the
Yes.
stuff he's going through. Mad respect to be able to just pick up and do that. That's a great thing. It's like people talk about doing stuff, and we said this before. It's like follow your dreams. He's doing it. He literally is getting out there and doing it.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's headed over there.
Yeah, he's headed over there. What is it? The day after Christmas or before Christmas?
Yeah,
it was
pretty soon. I mean, that's why we had the meeting tonight, because pretty soon this is probably my last cast with Jimmy on, and then I'm gonna try to do one with them from Thailand, actually like phoning in.
Okay.
Or Skype. We might do a Skype in.
Right.
But that would be cool, especially like after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course all this stuff's up on Bloody Elbow as well.
Yeah. So this is gonna be interesting. And it's kind of funny. Jimmy always says, Eddie, You've held the camera and you've held the microphone for us, so you know what? I'm going to hold the camera for you for your debut professional fight.
Yeah, that's going to be excellent. So
yeah, I'm definitely.
Does Jimmy know how to work a camera?
I think he's going to be taking a crash course after this. We're going to have to sit down and have a meeting with him on this.
We might need to show him what's up. No, it's going to be cool. I'm excited to see how that whole thing plays out, and right at the holiday time. So we're going to let's take a break because everybody's wrapping up. We're going to have a bunch of people to say goodbye to, and then we'll bring Jimmy on. And then we'll get our phone call in.
Sounds awesome.
We'll be back.
SFL Radio.
And we're back with SFL Radio.
You're still Mikey.
I know. I'm still Mikey V.
I'm still Shane Graham. And
we got Jimmy here finally.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, sorry. So meeting
Alani,
ran a little bit late.
Yeah.
And here I am. Thank you guys for sticking around.
Always.
And,
holding down the fort.
Good to kind of do this one last one and kind of close out 2018. It was an exciting year. And looking forward to this upcoming fight card in 2019.
Yeah, so we talked about some of the fights that are on the card. We talked about Freedom Gala. Tell us more about Freedom Gala.
Yep, so this will be our third year, and we just made the announcement the other day who our guest speaker is going to be. So former NFL player Aaron Rouse, he just newly elected city councilman. He'll be out there as our guest speaker, so we're pretty excited to have him out. He came out to our Fallen Heroes 5K this past year. He also made it to the Spartyka Red 5K that we did in November. So he's been out to 2 of our runs supporting it. I'm not sure if he's caught a fight event yet, but I think after the Freedom Gala and us doing the SFL awards and everything there, I think it'll be kind of hard for him to miss the fight that following weekend. So
definitely.
Excited to have him out. It's our third year doing it. Shane Graham, hoping he's going to come out and MC. Not sure if I asked him yet. I guess this is a good time to kind of bring that
Well,
up.
he said he was doing it. So
boom, there we go. So we got Shane coming
I'm
back on there MCing.
He volunteered.
We'll be back at the Crown Plaza. Those guys are great to me over there. So we're going to do one more year there, and then we're going to look to grow this. We did a Spartyka volunteer meeting a little while ago. We started talking now, start looking at bigger venues to do more people for next year. So we'll do the Crown Plaza this year. It'll be our third year there. And then we're going to look for a bigger venue for next year. So, so that'll be the first event of the year. We normally use that as an event to kind of recap everything Spartyka's done in 2018, some of the people that we've honored. And then it's also a way to kind of look forward at what we're going to do in 2019. So we'll recap some of the wounded warriors that we've honored, some of the fallen service members.
And who are we doing the next fight? Tell us about that, because I know you mentioned it on the post.
What do you mean?
For the next fight, who we're honoring?
At the fight?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about you're talking about the next 5K? Who was he honoring there?
Oh, at the next fight. Didn't you say you're honoring someone from the PD?
Oh, that's going to be at the Valor Forever 5K.
Oh, it's at the 5K. Yeah, I thought that was at the fight.
Yep, so that'll be on April 7th. So even at the Freedom Gala, so we'll recap last year's Valor Forever 5K. And when we did the one last year, we honored a female officer. She's still alive, but
That was
she got-
Boccolini.
Yep. Well, broccolini. So she got shot 5 times. Portsmouth cop, happened in broad daylight. Actually, I was brought out by the Portsmouth SWAT team for their Christmas party.
Yeah, I
other
saw the
night.
pictures.
Gave me an award.
was
Great
cool.
people. So she was there at the event as well. We took a picture, and but normally we honor a fallen police officer at that event. Last year we did her just because it was still fresh, and it was just so happened. We booked her, and then a couple of months later when the event was happening, the week leading into the event was when the court case actually went to court and all that
Wow.
stuff. Like literally days before the event itself, they were in trial. So it was kind of like timing-wise, it was crazy. But we had a really good turnout last year. This year we're going to be honoring Seth Amos, and he was a Norfolk cop, and he got sick kind of out of the blue. And a healthy guy just kind of sick overnight, and then it looked like he was making a recovery, and then it just went south. And,
Wow.
very sad. He was very popular. His old man was also a Norfolk cop, did 35 years. So we're going to have a huge outpouring, I believe, of support for that, which will be cool. So hopefully we'll have his wife there, and we'll be able to make the announcement at the gala as well. And
Nice.
hopefully she's able to attend it and say, hey, we're going to be honoring him this year. We'll also announce who's going to be the Wounded Warrior of the Day for the 5K, and then we'll also announce the family that we're going to honor with the Honor Member flag as well. So we'll recap 2018. We'll announce a couple of warriors that we're going to be honoring in 2019, and then we kind of shift over to the 2018 SFL awards. We'll do Fight of the Year, we'll do Knockout of the Year, Submission of the Year, and then the big one is the Fighter of the Year award. So
Nice.
So
what,
we've already
what about
put,
the best podcast of the year? Was that the?
We're still waiting. This is still kind of in its infancy, so we're working on. I've been meaning to talk to Jimmy about getting that
Only
of
podcast
the
of the year.
the only podcast. Yeah, so I mean that night it's pretty cool getting the fighters out there. We'll look at doing a press conference like we did last year.
Yeah, I'm going to
before the
report out
fight.
there.
So this way everybody's dressed up. It's a good time to get a photo op. The girlfriends, sometimes we get parents that attend if their child's up for an award, and it's from some of the girlfriends and the wives. If they're not attached to the military and they don't go to like the annual military Christmas party at their command, this is their one chance to kind of get dressed up, come out, because normally it's like work and then gym life. So I've gotten a lot more thank yous from girlfriends and wives than I have from like any of the fighters.
It's a good date night.
It's definitely a good date night. It's a great time to get some photos, get some pics. It's a good time to do a presser because it's a week before the event.
Yep.
So you can start pumping up the fight that's
Is
coming.
Sham going to do a little musica
Yep.
for
Sham
us?
will be there. I hope.
Yeah.
Sham, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and
let's
book
we're gonna book
music
you right
since
now.
We just booked The Voice.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and book the sound.
Excellent.
But yeah, so he's done the last two. I sent him all the dates for the year that I have currently. So I believe he's on board for that, which will be cool. And it's a cool event, man. It's hopefully this time we'll run through a lot of the ceremonial stuff a little bit quicker and have a little bit more time to kind of open up the dance floor, keep people around a little bit.
And it'll be nicer this year because I remember last year it was kind of a scramble because this was on a Friday and then the following day was the fight.
Yeah.
So that made it a little bit more challenging logistically.
Yeah.
Now we've got a whole week.
Yep.
Yeah. Before the next fight, we can actually enjoy ourselves, and the fighters as well can hopefully be able to stick around and enjoy themselves.
Maybe
and,
eat a little something.
Well,
A
and
little
part of
something.
that too was like, so last year we I get these fighters that live out of town. We get a lot of people that travel in from out of town, out of state, and I definitely appreciate that. But I've had a couple of them hit me up, and they're like, man, the first year you guys did this, you spaced it by 6 days. We did a Sunday night gala, and then we did the event. It was normally the first event of the year is on a Friday because of ODU's basketball and wrestling schedule. So after the first gala, I had a lot of fighters that were out of state, tell me, like, I can't make 2 trips.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was like, okay, let's see how crazy this is going to be. And me being full-time military, and then having to hold down on all the administrative stuff from doing
All
like
the
a
fight
presser.
card issues the night before, which always pop up.
Yep, we're doing a presser. We did a weigh-in, a press conference, the gala, and then we turned around and did the fight the next
crazy.
day. For me, administrative-wise, it was a nightmare. But we had Clark Wright come out, which was kind of cool. He got a chance to catch a presser. We gave him an award. Tara Graff was out, so she was scheduled to fight last year, so she was out for the gala as well. So it was cool to have some of the out-of-town fighters get a chance to catch the gala. Our 145 champ, Jacob Ashley, he came down because he was competing he wasn't the champ at that point, So he was able to catch it. So we had a lot of fighters that were competing on the card that were in from out of town, so they got a chance to, be a part of that. So it's hard for some of these guys to make the trip in from out of town, but then to have to make it twice within, a 7-8 day period. If you're local, it's easy, because you've got that break. But we'll see. So we've got some great guys that are up for some of the nominees. We posted those photos. We're working on the videos. So we'll be.
How does that vote? How does that? I'm curious because I don't even know. How does the voting? How does that go? Like, is there a voting panel? Is there a?
So the way it works is you just email in to me, and what we'll do is we'll start posting videos here real soon, and we'll have each award will be broke down into videos. We'll have each nominee. It'll post their image, like the ones that I've already posted online, but then it'll post. About an 8 to 10 second clip of their fight, and then it'll post the next nominee. So this way you get the recap of their knockout or submission or whatever they were put in for. And then that kind of refreshes your memory, because for a lot of people, when you're voting right now and you're trying to think back to like,
oh, of course,
man, this guy got,
ago.
fight of the night last April, or like the Mitch Aguiar, Brandon Pennington. It's like, man, that was last January. That was 11 months ago. But then when you stop and really think about it, it's like, holy shit, like that was a really good fight. Yeah. That was a great fight.
That was my first SFL.
Yeah. So for us to be able to give like about a 10-second, it's usually about a 10-second clip.
Yeah.
And then it shows the knockout or the submission or some highlights if you won, fighter of the night and now you're up for fighter of the year. So once we post those videos, basically when I send that out is, in that I'll post, if you're voting, send your votes to me, and I'll have people email, text, message, and then I just kind of run a tally.
Nice. Very cool.
It'll be exciting. We had some great fights this year.
Oh, it's going to be tough to choose. I mean,
I'm
glad I get to be impartial for all.
And there's a few people that are up for multiple awards, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah. So and you can never make people happy.
Well, of course.
It doesn't matter what you do. You're never going to make everybody happy.
Well, not everybody gets a trophy here in Spartyka. So.
Exactly. So when people, will come to me and be like, well, how come my guy didn't get it? Or how come my fighter, So this is the way it works for people that don't know. Since we're already talking about the awards, I'll just go ahead and put it out there. For nightly awards, I'll receive feedback from the staff, commentators, people that are ringside, stuff like that, people that are sitting there watching every single fight. They'll get a chance to input their information, because they're paying attention to every single fight. It's easy to say, hey, my guy had a great fight, but it's like, okay, did you watch every fight on the card?
Of course.
Oh, you didn't. Well,
because they're back in the dressing room.
My
and
guys that
else.
are sitting ringside are watching every single fight, and they're commentating every single bout. So I'll get feedback from the people that are ringside, and then that's where the nightly awards will come from. So we'll take the nightly winners, and in some situations like knockout of the year, we don't have a knockout every single fight, so it's not really fair. If you got one knockout of the year, then all of a sudden you go from your one knockout of the night to now you're, the year. So
of course,
we just happened to have an event, our last event, where we had 3 knockouts.
Yeah.
So all 3 of them get thrown into the nomination pile.
Of course.
We took 5 nominees, just like we did for the 5 submissions and 5 fighter of the nights and 5 fighter of the night. And then, you got a 1 in 5 chance of getting picked.
Yeah. And SFL Radio has no input into that. I just want to throw that out there. We maintain our neutrality all the time.
Well,
even the nightly ones, we never get asked. And I'm okay
guys,
with that.
Your opinion's valid. I mean, it's not.
I just don't. Yes. Well, no, because I talk to a lot of the fighters, and a lot of times they ask me questions. So now and I always tell them like, look, I don't know how this gets taken. Like, we have no input into that whatsoever. So
this is usually a pretty. It's looked at from an impartial point of view.
Yeah.
Of course, we have people that we associate with on the outside, but
of course,
this is strictly from a performance-based. At least in my observation, and a lot of people that I work with, it's based on a performance-based, and it's really a matter of opinion too.
Of course. Well, I know if you want a trophy, come get that strap. You know what I'm saying? Come in, earn that title.
A lot of people think I pick, and the funny thing is like I don't even pick. I take all the inputs from the people that submit it. And essentially, whoever has the most inputs, they won, whether it's knockout or whatever else.
Yeah.
Unless it comes down to a tie or, something, then I'll come in as like a tiebreaker. But most times, I'll take all the submissions that come in, I count them out, and whatever person had the most, input on fighter of the night, knockout of the night, submission, whatever it is, and it's like, okay, this guy got voted the most. Boom, he's got it.
Yeah, makes
And then
sense.
from there, when it comes down to the of the year award, we shoot it out to the fans. We let the fans pick who they think the top person is. So part of that is also to get the fighters to kind of push it, get it out there. Hey, vote for me type deal.
Yeah, of course.
And the 2 times that we've done it, it wasn't even really close.
Yeah.
So we'd hate for people to think, oh, just because this guy's more popular, they're
No.
also the fighter of the year. But normally we have enough people that come out to the fights, and we're not set up to where if this one fighter isn't fighting, then it screws up the whole show. Because if it did, then we'd be out of business.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
we have enough fans that just come out and support the event. So just because you're a more popular fighter doesn't mean that you've got more people shooting in votes for you than we've got people that come to these events religiously that might have seen the fights, and they're judging. They're a little bit more impartial.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, we come to the events, we enjoy it. This was a pretty clean knockout. This guy should get it.
Cool.
They seem to work itself out.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So what else we got coming up?
I mean, so I'm getting ready to take off Monday.
I know your head's
I'm heading to Thailand, so I'm leaving Monday. I'll be gone on the 24th. I miss the 25th. I land the evening of the 26th in Thailand. The 28th, Eddie fights.
Merry Christmas on the
So,
plane.
Yeah, I completely miss it. It's crazy. I leave on Christmas Eve, and I get there on the
26th, yeah.
So I completely miss the 25th. So if you don't get a text or anything from me, just understand I'm flying.
Yep.
I'll get out there the evening, like 11:15 or something like that. I get to Phuket. I'll be out there, and then on the 28th, Eddie fights, and then I think the 29th we head to Tokyo.
Tokyo's
And then on the
awesome.
31st, if we haven't announced it yet, me and Eddie will be at the Risen MMA event.
Yep.
So it's pretty crazy that Mayweather's going to be on that card, and we're going to
Yeah.
be in there.
I
man.
was
It's
gonna say,
insane how
yeah,
that worked
that's-
out.
That's awesome.
That was all luck of the draw, and then we fly out New Year's Day. We fly back, and because of I think we leave at 5 p.m. on the 1st.
Because you go back in time when you go back. So
Yeah,
it like
so-
rewinds.
Yep. So we leave there at like 5 p.m. on the 1st, and we get here at 7:15 on the 1st.
That's crazy.
So I'm just trying to gauge this. I've seen that you haven't shaved in at least a couple days.
Not much.
Do you
Like
do you
2 or
figure
3 days.
your beard is going to be shorter when you get back because you're going back in time?
Are you gonna let it
I
go?
It gets itchy, man. So after
You
a
got to
couple
grow up
days-
past the itch stage, and
Yeah,
then
I
you're
don't
good.
know,
Like
man.
mine's like doesn't itch at all anymore.
I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna keep it clean.
Respect the
I think-
beard, bro. Come on.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Everybody's like, "Oh, how are you enjoying retirement?" It's like retirement. It's like I'm busy, so busy, man.
It's busier. I thought my retirement was busier because I ended up taking on more stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
I
you had
haven't
more
had a
time.
chance
So
to
then you're
slow
like,
down. Well, and with leaving to Thailand on the 24th, I've got to close out everything
Yeah, of
before I
course.
leave. Like I've got to close out 2018
Yep.
and be prepping for 2019. So I'm losing a week where
Yeah.
normally this time of year I'm trying to catch everything up administratively.
I'd like to get you guys. I know you're gonna be busy over there. I'm gonna try to see if I can Skype you guys while you're over
Yeah,
there.
that'd be kinda
Even if
cool.
it's like a 10-minute Skype call, and we'll get you and record you and throw it up as an episode. Whether it's like after the fight or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to take Eddie's pictures and video or whatever he wants me to do. I told him when he first brought up the idea, I was like, you know what, you do so much for me. I was like, this sounds like a crazy idea. Just go to Thailand for 30 days, train, and take a pro Muay Thai fight.
Yeah.
Not just a fight. He's taking a pro Muay
Yeah.
Thai fight. I was like, if you do that, man, I was like, I'll take your pictures. I'll take your video.
Yeah.
You can't do it while you're competing.
That's
Do you know how to work
Do
a
it,
camera?
so I'm going to figure it out, man. Point and shoot. It's kind of like a gun.
No, it's
Nope.
not.
I don't know, man.
Jordan's over there going like, nope, no, it's not. We'll get you some training. We'll get you some
We'll
on
get,
hand.
we'll get you a
hands-on.
Polaroid, next for
Point and shoot,
cartridges.
Point and shoot.
He'll show you, I'm sure.
But yeah, so I'll try to record. He's not gonna let me do any of the live stuff. I guess he wants to cut, edit, and be able to put it up on
Of course, yeah,
on Bloody Elbow. So that part's gonna suck. I'll probably go live before the fight starts,
yeah.
and then I'll give you guys a heads up.
Yeah,
and,
well,
and
then,
hopefully we can be able to talk to you.
But
Yeah, 'cause
then,
we'll
like
post it
once
on the SFL
once
page
the
and
fights, once the fight starts, I'm just gonna come off of it, and then I'll
Yep.
let him, be the one to officially put it out.
Oh yeah.
And we'll enjoy the night there, and I think we're leaving the evening of the 29th. We're flying through the night, getting to Tokyo. Man, Tokyo's like a 10-hour flight. Crazy how far it is.
Wow.
Yeah, you
That's
wouldn't
crazy.
think. You
No.
think all that's like no.
It's not.
So it's yeah.
You're
But
gonna have fun there though.
we-
New
we-
Year's is gonna be awesome for
Oh
you.
yeah,
That's
it's
gonna be so
so
much
cool,
fun.
man. Yeah, it kind of worked out. I've never been to Tokyo, and
Yeah.
I kind of when he was talking about doing this, I was like, well, you're already going to be there for a month. I've already been to Thailand 4 or 5 times. I've already been to Phuket. I was like, do you really want to stay there, or should we just bounce somewhere else? And He's like, what about Tokyo? And I was like, shit, I've never been. And he's like, let's do it. And he was like, oh man, he was like, Risen MMA does a huge New Year's Eve thing, and I was like, even cooler, man.
And now you get to watch Mayweather.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
And then
think's
that happened. Then
What do you
it was
think's
like,
gonna happen
holy
with
crap.
that?
I don't know.
Aren't they doing like different
it's a
rules?
Modified
Modified,
rules.
yeah,
No
nine
takedowns,
rounds.
no kicks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a boxing
So I was gonna say,
exhibition match.
so it's a boxing match.
Yeah.
It's still kind of cool to be like, hey,
Oh, yeah.
man, I was in Tokyo
Of
for
course.
New Year's.
And you got to see.
saw,
heck
saw
yeah.
Mayweather. Because who knows if he's ever going to get back in there after this. You
Yeah.
Know, so,
Yeah, it could be it.
well, be interesting. So, looking
Sweet.
forward to it. Expensive. I mean, oh my God, expensive.
Oh, I bet.
Tokyo, I had no idea.
I bet.
No idea. I tried to call for hotels like a week ago. Man,
it's no
I
joke over
almost
there.
had a heart attack.
Well, plus you're going for the peak. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going for something that's major, and then
Yeah.
with the fight and everything, they're jack the price up.
Yeah. Yeah. Check. I get it. I get it now. But man, when they told me, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, you love Eddie, so it's good.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Pretty excited. Looking forward to it. And then we'll come back and then hit the ground running. We got a presser the second Friday, which I think's the 18th. Just announced that. So we got the press conference. And then a week later, we've got the Freedom Gala. And then the week
Okay.
after that's the fight. So
I like it.
be
Well,
kind of cool.
I think so. We were supposed to have Samantha Seff on here, as I said earlier in the cast, but unfortunately, she did not pick up her phone. So
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going
it's
to
the
do
holiday season.
no, I know. Well,
we
we
were
also
doing-
told her 7:30, but
Yeah, so
everything ran over.
I ran a little late with my
So I
volunteer
called her.
meeting.
I called her at 8, and she didn't answer, which is fine. She's probably training. So what we're gonna do is probably while you're gone, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do like a phone-in day, and I'll randomly hit up fighters and just call them and creep on them.
We'll hit up Shane, hit up Andy. I know
Yeah.
I wanted to get Andy out here last
I was gonna say
minute.
Andy
He
was
on-
gonna come out, yeah.
Yeah, he was on call for work. He couldn't
Okay.
make it. So Andy's kind of new to the group, new to
Yeah.
the team, and I tried to get him to, at first he was like, yeah, and then he was like, I'm on call, and then it got busy.
No biggie.
So I
Maybe
think
we'll
getting
all-
him on here.
We'll all
would be
head
kinda
over to
cool.
the UFC gym, set up, and do some phone calls
Cool.
and show some love. Be fun.
Sounds awesome.
I mean, right now we've got 4 title fights. Still got Samson out there. I'm on the fence. If I can find a good enough 135er, I might be looking at throwing
Samson
an
Saucer?
interim belt out there. I might throw that up on the social media today. It's been a
like
nightmare
that.
trying to get
That's
a
juicy.
135 fighter.
I feel like that would be a very common weight to find. You know what I mean? Like it seems.
It's hard, man. I mean,
35ers. I mean, that wouldn't that DJ's
it's-
weight class?
but it's not just finding a 35.
Well, no, you want somebody that can hang.
So Samson's last fight, I mean, he was main event. The kid's 3-1. I mean, he's a
course.
talented athlete. So we're not just trying to hand away
No,
a $500
no, hell no.
belt. We want to find,
A worthy opponent of him.
worthy
Yeah.
We
But I'm
want to
at
see
the
a good
point
fight
now,
too.
like it's taking me longer than expected. 2 months into this, I'm like, man, I'm having a lot of trouble trying to find this guy about. So now I'm just like, I wonder if we dangle a 135 interim.
Yeah.
Since our current champ hasn't fought with us since June. So he's missed 2 events. This will be his 3rd event. So
Yeah.
I've already kind of reached out to his camp and said, hey, you guys are booked elsewhere. I think we're going to do an interim. So
Yeah.
I think I might throw that into that little feed that I put out there. I hate putting, hey, we're looking for this fight, because I always get a bunch of jokers. Like,
Of
oh,
course.
man, if I cut 100 pounds, I'll
Yeah.
get in there. It's like, all right, bro. Like,
Well, yeah.
I
I
get
mean,
it.
I can lose 50 and fight,
Yeah.
but no
Like,
one
I
wants
don't
to
know,
see
man.
that.
I'm 70 pounds. Or it's like, all right, bro, we get it. Like, you're not getting off your couch to jump in the ring. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm posting this, and that's why
No,
I hate
no.
doing it. But it's always funny to see some of these guys jump in there. But I think on that thread, I might just slap up a picture of the belt and maybe just, do that as a little teaser to see if,
Yeah.
See, we
we
could
find a
even
35
legit
of that.
35er.
That'll be 5 title fights on a Friday, man. That means we're gonna have to push the op tempo, because we're already at 4, and they all
Yeah.
look pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
And we're really pumped about this female fight,
Yeah.
Samantha versus Elise.
Because Elise was supposed to be in the last one. Well, I said it. I think didn't her opponent didn't make weight, correct?
Yeah, there were some issues that went down with that, and I felt really bad about it. But I'm gonna try to convince Eddie. We've been doing co-main and main for like the walkout videos, and we're gonna be on a tight time frame. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get him to see if we can do the female fight as well for a walkout
Yeah.
video, because I've
Yeah.
got a bunch of people pumped about that fight.
She's
And it's gonna be a
well,
really
you know,
really
since
good
I was going to
fight.
interview her, I did some studying up on Samantha and watching some of her stuff. She's pretty intense, and I
Yeah.
know, and we already talked about Elise before on the
Yeah.
show. They're going to battle. I mean, if this fight goes down, it's going to be nasty.
And the crazy thing was, like, Elise, I mean, she wasn't really a 115er. she was kind of fighting up because she
Yeah.
couldn't find people at 105. So even with that last fight with her opponent not being able to make weight, her coach is like, she's a true 105er. She's
Yeah.
not a true 150. She's always coming in underweight.
Yeah.
So finally,
She can fight somebody her own
she's
weight
gonna
class.
be fighting down at 105, and that's going to be good, man. This
Yeah.
is going to be an exciting fight.
Yep.
And I've got so many people. It's been a year since we've had a female bout.
Have we had anyone? She's from Shell Shock MMA. Have we had anybody out of there before fight?
No, we haven't. I think
Excellent.
that's the first one. But because they're North Carolina and the part of North Carolina that they're at, they're close to, like, they know the Quasi family.
Yeah.
And they know a bunch of other people that fight for us. I think they've done some cross training. They've been at some of these BJJ tournaments. So
Nice.
they're known. And I think our 145 champ, Elias, is trained over there, or
Okay.
vice versa. So they know who we are.
Yeah.
We definitely know who she is.
Yeah.
And man, that's going to be such a good fight.
Oh,
I mean, we've got a good card. We've got a stacked card, and it's looking good, man. It's
Cool.
looking good. We're pumped. And usually, like, this first fight of the year, even on Fridays, even though it's a Friday, like, our biggest events have been Friday night fights.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Our biggest show was like 4,600 people.
Yeah.
It was on a Friday.
That's
it's
awesome.
absolutely insane.
Well, we were talking about it too. That part of the year too. It's
Yeah,
less
it
competition with what's going on in the area. So,
But when you have like 4,000 plus people,
oh, it's insane.
it just the energy, man. You feel it when somebody gets slammed or punched. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
the crowd gets it. Like, I'm so pumped. I can't wait for it. We've even toyed around with the idea of doing other Friday night events throughout the year.
Yeah.
It makes it hard for the out of town fighters, and we do so many people that travel in from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this should be a good event, man. I'm pumped up.
Cool. Well, let's wrap it up. I know you got a ton of stuff to do before you get on the road.
Yeah, man, no worries. But
I'll,
it's been a great year. Thanks
yeah.
for everybody that's come out and support Spartyka. Thank you guys for all the help that you do. And
Always.
we're looking forward to 2019.
Yeah, I'd like to throw it out. Thank you for tuning in to SFL Radio. This was our first year being in here. Like I said, January last year was my first fight. I came out, the crazy idea when I was sitting there ringside, like, man, it'd be so cool to do a podcast here. and then thank you to Ryan Parker for the Predator for kind of giving me the intro to Jimmy. And we had a really long talk. It was actually funny, my first phone call. I think you were like, you got 20 minutes, go. And it was like, and we ended up talking for like an hour on the phone, which was awesome. And anyway, me and Chris came in and started in April. And it's been a blast. I've met so many awesome people. So, the fighters, all the people who tune in. I get stopped randomly. People are like, hey, I listen to you on SFL Radio. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, it's pretty wild. So, thanks for tuning in. Also, thank you to UFC Jim Norfolk for sponsoring the show. They've been awesome. Dan Brooks and the crew out there. We really appreciate the sponsorship. And we look forward to 2019 doing some cool things. Maybe getting some upgraded gear. Think about a new camera, some headsets, and cool boom mics and stuff.
Hit a couple other places. We're looking at maybe doing a presser in Richmond. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, you said that. I'm down to go for that.
In Richmond or
Richmond.
Okay.
There's a great cigar lounge up there we can go check out.
We can find a place. Otherwise, I'm thinking the day after we do the presser on the Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the 18th, right? Friday the 18th?
Yeah.
The one I just posted?
Yep.
So I'm thinking Saturday, maybe heading up to Richmond.
Yeah, let me know. I'll give the shot to Jordan for the day, and we'll take off.
We've got, I believe, 4 Richmond fighters on the card. 2 of them are fighting for titles, Tyus and Kyle Wright.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got two title guys. We've already got to go up and shoot Tyus's video. So
Yeah.
we've already got to drag Eddie up there. So I'm kind of thinking, even if we shot it at their gym,
Yeah,
went up there
absolutely.
set up, did a podcast, interviewed the MMA Institute guys.
Yeah,
And then got the footage for Tyus's video, called a wrap.
I like it. Let's do it. Road trip. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. SFL Radio. I'm Mikey V.
I'm Shane Graham.
I'm Jimmy Partica.
We will see you. I can't reach later.
Next year.
Welcome back to SFL Radio. I am your host, Mikey V, and I am here, as promised last night, with Samantha Seff, who we were going to do a phone-in interview with, and I even did better. I got her on video. How's it going,
Hey.
Samantha?
Hey, it's going good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you are the first actual video guest on SFL Radio, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that means I have to get dressed and actually wear clothes when I do these interviews now. I can't be in my sweatpants.
Well, you really only need the shirt. the upper
That's
half.
it, yeah. Well, I'm actually in my, so if you hear stuff in the background, I'm in my cigar and coffee shop right now. We had everything set up last night, but again, like we were trying to get you on the phone, but because of Jimmy's historical tardiness, we were unable to get you on time. So I felt bad, and I was like, I got to figure something out and get her on the air. So, so tell us about what's going on. I mean, I know you're super busy. You're getting ready for this upcoming fight. You're fighting Elise Reed on SFL 37. So what's going on?
I'm super excited. We started fight camp this week. I've been working really hard, starting my cut. Basically, I've just been super hungry for a fight. I've had like 3 title shot offers, and I've had opponents fall through every single time. So I'm happy that I have a game opponent and a really good promotion where I know like it's solid and the fight's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, Elise is kind of in the same boat you are. You know, we talked a little bit before, but I told you her last SFL 36, her opponent, she was actually fighting up a weight class just because she had so many fights had fallen through for her, and her opponent didn't make weight. So you're actually at the same atom weight just like her. So you're actually both in the same weight class, which we're super excited to see. You're both super intense fighters. I've been studying up on you and watching some of your stuff. It's going to be awesome. We are so excited for this fight.
Yeah, I promise I never put on boring fights, so I'm really excited to get in there.
Awesome. So tell us about you're starting camp right before the holidays, and I got to ask, is that you're not going to enjoy Christmas dinner or what?
We did our Christmas dinner yesterday so that I
nice.
can eat it.
Awesome.
And then started cutting and dieting today.
Very cool. Very cool. So you're starting the camp. Tell us about your coaches, where you train at. Give us a little background.
So I train over at Shell Shock BJJ in Fuquay. The owner and head professor, John Shell, he's also my boyfriend. Won worlds as a brown belt, pretty well-renowned in jiu-jitsu, great grappling game. And then my stand-up coach, Josh Robinson, has over 20 professional fights, has won several belts, was trained under certified crew. And because John right now is out with a ACL repair, he just had surgery on it, so Josh has been kind of taking the forerunning of my program, and he's taking it very seriously. He killed me this week, but it's good for me.
That's awesome. And it's only the beginning. You still got a way to go, and I have no doubt he's going to keep ramping it up on you. I heard some of our fighters,
Yeah.
I think you guys have trained with our 145 champ, Elias Briley.
Yeah, Elias is the best. I've trained with him and at his gym with Brad Morris several times.
Awesome.
Elias usually comes up and helps me during camps. He's worked with me pretty much before every fight. Unfortunately, he's worked with me on a lot of fights that fell through, so
Yeah.
I know it's only making me better just having this extra training, especially by somebody who's a champion.
Oh, yeah. He's a great guy. Me and him, my first SFL where we started this SFL radio was his first SFL as a fighter. And I remember watching him win, and I turned to my co-host, and I was like, this guy is going to be a champ. Like, this guy's got it. And we could just tell right away. So I'm glad to see that he got his belts, both of them.
Yeah, I knew he would. Like, there wasn't even a doubt in my mind. Elias worked super hard, and that's kind of the mentality that we have going in this area. There's a bunch of talented jiu-jiteros and a bunch of talented MMA fighters, and we all pretty much get along and help each other. So
That's
it's really
great.
awesome to see like our friends succeed.
Oh, yeah. I love the North Carolina fight community. Is incredible. Like, we work with the Kawazis a lot, Team Rock in Eden, North Carolina. And
Yeah, they're awesome. I've known them for years.
Yeah.
So it's just
That's great. That's great. So tell me, as far as your style goes, what is your prefer? Are you more into the stand-up? Are you more, because I've seen a lot of your photos and stuff. I mean, it looks like your grappling is just nasty.
Yeah, it's not that I really prefer one over the other. It's just that there's a lot more grappling competitions out there, and I like to stay active. I'm not one of those people that only train hard when I have something coming up.
Of course.
So I pretty much compete in jiu-jitsu almost every weekend. But, I tried to get on kickboxing cards too, and people just wouldn't. I was going to fight 2 weight classes up to do kickboxing. And I just
Wow.
couldn't. Yeah, at 125. I'm not even close to that.
I was going to say
But I just couldn't get an opponent to agree to it and lock down.
that's crazy. Your last weigh-in was like 103.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I forgot to bring my scale, so we had to buy one, and it wasn't calibrated correctly. I almost murdered somebody when I got off the scale.
Oh, wow. Crazy. Well, yeah, no, that's exciting. So you never fought in Spartyka before. It's have you ever been to the Ted Constant Center?
No, I haven't, but I've heard like nothing but amazing things. I've
Oh,
watched
it's
a bunch of the streams from there. Both Elias and the Quasi family,
Yep.
and they've told me like nothing but amazing things. So I'm really excited to fight for like a legitimate promotion, where I hear it's run really well, and that's definitely what I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah, so this is one of the reasons why I got involved with Spartyka. But the promotion is incredible. You get brand new gloves. They logo them up. The belts are brand new every fight. So if you defend your title 5 times, you get 5 different belts, which I think is cool. They have TVs in the dressing room, so when you're backstage, you can watch what's going on out in the ring.
That's awesome.
Like, it's just that, the Jumbotron. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. You're going to love it. The energy there is so infectious. They have a DJ. He's awesome. He's like a big local DJ from the radio, and he puts, he's playing music and everything. It gets cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be coming home with the belt.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I haven't talked to Elise yet. I was actually supposed to interview her before the last fight, and then it fell through, so we never got a chance to. But I'm going to try to get her on as well. But you're both, from the interaction that I've had with her through Facebook, she's super professional. You seem super professional yourself, which we like. So yeah, I'm excited to see what you bring to game day. Anything?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Have you been studying her at all?
Yeah, I always study my opponents a little bit, but I mainly focus on what I'm going to do. I've had opponents switch it up and completely switch their style. So they need to prepare their best game because I'm bringing nothing but the best when I step in the cage. My last opponent completely underestimated that because people think that I'm just a strict grappler. That's not true. That's just there's more grappling competition. So I hope they underestimate me. It'll just make the win that much better.
Awesome. Heck yeah. Cool deal. Well, we're excited to meet you. We're excited. Your man, tell him, beard. He's got a great beard. I seen in the photos. I was like, respect the beard.
Yeah, his jiu-jitsu prowess went way up.
Well,
when his
of
beard
course,
grew.
yeah. I'm too old to fight. I like to stay back here, but I feel like I'm getting stronger as this thing gets longer. So
It is. It's like a superpower, right?
definitely. Is he going to be in your corner the fight night?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome.
He's always there, and he's a really good coach. I honestly couldn't ask for like a better coach. It was difficult at first, like separating the relationship versus on the mat. But the longer that we've been together and doing this, like the better it is. And I slowly learned it, and it took a while, but now I just shut up and listen.
Yeah, I bet. That's great. Do you guys? I always ask this when couples are both fighters. Do you guys really fight each other? Do you actually spar against each other and roll with each other?
So one time I was mad at him, and I kind of went really hard at the gym, but he's so good. He would wreck me. He has a busted ACL right now, and he just tried to wrist lock me on the couch. So.
Nice. Well, he's a big dude too, so I mean, yeah, he's not a little dude.
Yeah, no, he's a bit bigger than an atom weight.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's probably got you by about double. So that's awesome.
Yeah, close to it, right?
I'm excited to meet him. You guys seem super cool, and hopefully maybe we can entice some more fighters from your gym to come up, and maybe get on some other cards because we're looking for some other weight classes as well. So.
Yeah, we have a few people right now. We have a couple people with experience and a couple up and comers that are really looking to try and get their hands wet or hands bloody, I should say. Yeah. Stepping into the cage. So
well,
I'm excited. We should have a big crew coming with us too.
That's awesome. Well, I always say people they're like, oh, I don't have that much experience. Well, when Elias came in, he was only had a kickboxing record, and when he was 0-0, he came in, and a year later he's got 2 belts around his waist. So you know what I mean. I always tell people don't let that lack of experience. You're not going to get the experience unless you do it.
Yeah, that's the best advice. Get out there and do it. I competed 21 total times in 2018 alone.
Wow.
And that's including MMA, super fights, and grappling competitions.
Yeah. Well, people see a record 4-1, and it's like, well, 4-1, yeah, that's amateur MMA, but you've got a lot more fights than that if you count the other stuff too. They don't count that in there, so you can never judge somebody based on just their MMA record alone.
Yeah, that is really true. A lot of people kickboxing doesn't transfer over, which is why I was pissed when I couldn't get a kickboxing fight. I'm like, but I'm 0-0 in kickboxing.
That's because people Google you like I did, and then they're like, yeah, maybe not. I'll pass on that.
Yeah, I get yelled at for posting stuff. I'm trying to dial back the social media a little bit.
Nah, you're good. Hey, it's all part of it, right? Because and this is one of the reasons that we did SFL Radio, as I told Jimmy when I met him, I said, hey, these fighters have a lot of personality. They people want to connect with them outside of the ring. I was actually at a fight, and I kind of was looking at these different fighters, and I was curious, like you see how they are in the ring, and you wonder what they're really like, you know. So it's like we do the post-fight interviews. You know, me and Chris, my co-host, we sit off to the side on an elevated stage, and win or lose, I mean, even if somebody doesn't win, they can come sit down with us and they can talk about the fight. You know, trainers can come sit down with us in between fights and talk. So we kind of give everybody that outlet to connect with the fans of Spartyka or connect with MMA fans in general, just to they get their personality out there more.
Yeah, I love doing interviews. I love doing podcasts. I'm just really comfortable speaking. I'm also really comfortable writing. I write a blog that I keep up with. That's
cool.
A lot about jiu-jitsu and MMA, and about throw some funny stuff in there about life as well. So.
Nice. Well, when we're done with this, you shoot the link over to me, and when I post this episode, we'll throw the link in there too, so people can check it out.
Yeah, for sure. People can follow my mood swings during my fight journey when I cut out carbs. It's great.
Oh, I bet. I love weigh-ins because, like, weigh-ins, we do the press conference, and all the fighters are just so, like, pissy and hungry, and it's awesome. We usually try to do it somewhere where they have a good food, so then you guys can eat afterwards.
Yeah, I cut out red meat during the camp.
Ooh.
So as soon as I step off, I'm like, somebody give me a steak. Like, that's all I want.
Excellent. Well, the night of the fight too, we have Mission Barbecue, which is like one of our local, real popular barbecue spots, and they cater backstage, so you'll get some of that too.
Oh yeah, is there an open bar perhaps at the fights?
No.
I'll save that for later.
I was just like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. So anyway, we do drink at the fights though. We have a good time.
Yeah, they're always super fun afterwards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh hey, my parents just got John that same mug for Christmas.
Did they really? The Respect the Beard?
They did.
Oh, that's
and
so great.
I also got the same one, so now he has two of the same.
Awesome. That's great. Hey, well he's got enough beard that he needs 2 mugs. So.
Yeah, one for each handlebar mustache.
Yes. Sometimes I handlebar mine too, but I didn't today. So we'll see. We have a fighter that fights with us, and his beard is so big, and he sweats so much, and then it just pools up in his beard, and when he talks to me, like, he'll sit there next to me, and I watch, and it's just dripping on the table, and it's just the whole time I'm talking to him, I'm just looking at the table like, bro, I gotta clean that, man, like, come on. And it's like so hard to focus because I just watch the sweat drip out of his beard, and I'm like, that is so gross. That, or I love when the fighters come and sit down with me, and they like want to put the headphones on, and they're like bleeding, and I'm like, no, dude, don't do that. I don't want to wipe your blood off the headset. So that's funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah. So, well, hey, thanks for taking the time. Throw out some of your social media if people want to follow you.
Yeah, so on Instagram, I'm at Sammy SAMI_MMA. And then I have my personal page on Facebook, which is just Samantha Seff, but I also have my MMA page, Samantha the Wolf Queen Seff. And then the blog that I run is wolfqueenmma.com.
Okay, so it is Wolf Queen. I like that. Have you heard Shane, our ring announcer, and his amazing voice?
No, I haven't, but is he going to make my name sound really cool?
Oh my God, you're going to be like, I want to record that. So actually, when you listen to this podcast, he's in there. He says his one of his taglines is "Let's go to war. It's fight time," and we put it at the beginning and at the end of the podcast, so you'll hear his voice and just be like, "Oh yeah, it's going to be." Especially, I didn't know what
awesome.
I was actually going to ask you what your fight name was, and now we got it. So I can't wait to hear him say that. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, actually, I have a bunch of wolf tattoos too down my arm.
Nice.
So.
Heck yeah. What is there anything you want to say to your opponent? Because I am sure that she's going to watch this.
Basically, just to bring it because I'm 100% ready. Like, especially by the time February 1st rolls around, and I'm gonna make anybody who steps in the cage with me either second guess their career choice or make them work harder than they ever have before.
I like it. Well, she definitely is on the same intensity level as you. Like I said, I think you guys are actually. It seems like one of those things where after the fight, you guys talk. I think you'll be besties because you have that same intensity level. It's gonna be cool, and I know you'll both show up because you both get stood up a lot. So.
Yeah, that is true.
I see this one happening. I believe.
Yeah, I've got good feelings.
Excellent. Well, I will let you go, and tell John thank you for. Bringing you up here and getting in the cage. Thank you for, training hard and making it happen. And we're excited to meet you guys. And I think you guys are going to have an awesome future with Spartyka.
Awesome. Can't wait.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Have a happy holiday.
You too.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Spartyka!